Welcome, Virgo. This is your weekly focus for April the 9th through to the 15th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now let's turn to the cards and see what they are going to reveal about the energy that surrounds us so that we can use it in a positive light to move forward on our path. King of Cups. King of Cups shows up. Well, you got the plan? You know what you're doing? Who's your friends? Who are you hanging out with? Who do you love? What's your expectations for your tomorrows? What do you want to be when you grow up? Okay, King of Cups is the dad card in the deck. Stereotypical dad who cares about you to ask the hard questions. Cares about you enough to ask the hard questions so that even when you are far away from your dad is still protecting you because he made sure that you were strong and capable and independent in your own right. So, Dad is here asking us to revisit our plan, our goals, our dreams, our desires, how we are going to take and use our talents and our abilities to go forward towards abundance, towards happiness, to ask ourselves if we are in the right relationships, the right groups of people, the right friendships, partnerships. What is the adventure we want to set out on? High Priestess. Know the magic within. Please know the magic within. This is looking at the magic within. This is sitting in silent contemplation and looking at the magic that already is inside of you and recognizing it and embracing it and loving yourself more for it. This is your creative talents, your sparkle. So we look at these things, we look at the sparkle inside of us to see how we are going to utilize it to walk forward in unison with what makes us great, what makes us beautiful, what we love, what we cherish, our creative talents and abilities, the things that bring us joy, that bring us happiness. The Ace of Swords, when an ace appears in a reading, it is the path that is awaiting you, not necessarily the path that you have just started when the reading happens. So know that this is a new path forward. Know that it lays in a wait for you. It's your creativity. It's your what you can do so well that nobody else can, and giving yourself credit for it, admiring it about yourself, embracing it, and using it in your path forward to bring in the abundance, the happiness, the joy, the love. Remember that all of this week we are in the full moon energy still. All of this week we're in Mercury retrograde. So these kinds of cards are beautiful for you because, and so fitting, because on the 15th, on the Sunday, that's when we have the new moon in Aries. That's when we have Mercury going stationary direct, okay? Your ruler. That's when we will be able to speak those words with clarity, with understanding. That's when we can see our path forward with a clarity, with an understanding. So right now we're being asked to go within and recognizing some truths about ourselves that we have, and these truths have probably been laying dormant on you. Somebody told you once a long time ago not to allow this part of your personality or your talents, your abilities out in the open. Better tuck that away. You'll be more practical and more useful and more helpful and more grounded and more mature and more successful if you do it this way. And you took them at their word. but it still remains inside of you. And it's embracing that. Strength. This is an energy that's around us, but we have to step into it consciously. We can't just tap into this kind of energy. We have to consciously step into it. And so we may use our words wrong, or they won't understand what we're trying to say, or we'll get angry, we'll get upset, we'll say some hurtful things, and then we've burnt a bridge. And instead of making something very successful going forward, we let our egos get in the way. This could cause completions. This could cause um, transformations, and maybe not the way we want it to go. Maybe it will actually sabotage us in some way. This is the strength card. This is knowing your abilities. This is knowing who you are. This is embracing who you are. But this is not pushing it on to somebody else or making them have to agree with you in order to be on your side or on your team. We don't want to force somebody into agreeing to something that they may not want to agree to, or we in some way are forced to comply to something that we're not ready to comply to. We don't agree with it in some, or we need more answers, or we need, this is taking a step back. This is attaching yourself to your wisdom and your intuition and using it in conjunction in order to go forward with a strength. Okay, and I would have to think with Mercury um, going direct at the end of the week, it's probably in our words. It could be in our actions. It could be what we do that intimidates somebody or pushes somebody to be going against going against what they feel so strongly about. So it's backing up, it's unplugging, it's recharging, it's regenerating, it's rejuvenating. So many of the cards that have landed here kind of say the same thing, um, regardless of the sign. This is your own strength, your own. Yeah, don't let anybody else, what anybody else think about you, um, label your success going forward. And what I mean by that is don't let it bother you. Know who you are and how you got here because of who you are and how you got here. Know that you have an inner strength. Know that you have a respect for yourself, a love for yourself, and build on that, not what people are saying outside of you. I think next week, a lot of it will be a lot easier to communicate, to act on, but this week, it's about knowing your strength. It's about backing it up a little bit, knowing where you're going, knowing your dreams, your possibilities. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a little bit of Thursday out of the Knight of Wands. We are riding into our success. Nothing is going to stand in our way. We have visions and dreams of our creativity, of our uniqueness, of how we can use our talents and abilities to take us to the next level, to take us to success, to take us to the abundance that we are searching for. And be careful with this energy because you know what? We're riding into it with no protection, okay? Our helmet there has a shield to go over our face to protect us. And, you know, we're kind of being a little careless here. We're just kind of riding into the energy and we know we want success, but we're going a little too quickly. We're going unprotected. And we are probably, this is more actions. This is probably doing things to get everybody else following us and championing our cause with little reflection about what we're actually writing into. So caution is needed here. Uh, our overriding energy, look at this, temperance. Temperance is bringing in the balance through less, bringing in the abundance through less. This is cleaning out the closets. This is donating the excess in your life to somebody who truly needs it. This is about simplifying your environment. This is about simplifying your objectives. This is tempering yourself. It's, the blacksmith wielding his hammer on the metal to form it. Okay, blacksmith's job is never easy and it's never quick. Blacksmith job requires a talent, an ability to create the impossible out of the possible, or the impossible into the possible. Okay, if you look at a piece of metal and then you give it to a blacksmith and they start to spiral it and shape it and form it and bend it and mold it, and it takes time and it takes dedication and it takes perseverance. And at the end is this miraculous thing that we would call anything but a piece of metal. So that's essentially what you're being asked to do, which is not probably easy on any account, but you are tempering yourself, you are forging yourself, you are banging a little out here and concaving it here a little bit to to create the person that you are meant to be. And then we come off of Thursday into the weekend and we get the shadow side, and this is where it's time to let your light shine. It might be that little deep dark secret that you don't want anybody to know about yourself that will actually, if you contemplate on it, will actually transform your life using just that analogy to move you forward, or that situation to drive you into your tomorrow. That there's a spark of inspiration hidden inside that. You see what you can become, you see what you can do, you see what you can create, you see what you can master. And it's letting yourself out of the box, it's allowing your light to shine. Work and career, the karma card. It's everything on your path to this very moment that is going to excel you into your career, into making money, growing your finances, of redefining yourself, of who you are. And I think more than anything, this is redefining yourself and who you are. It's allowing the magic of you to come out. What's your talent? What's your ability? What's your strengths? Because those are the things that are going to be mattering the most when it comes to your ability to create financial wealth for yourself, or to step into the job of your dreams or the career of your dreams, or taking that thing that you always did naturally and turning it around a little bit and tweaking it a little bit in order to make money. Trust me when I say you will see a door fling open. Yeah, you'll see a door fling open. It could be through a conversation. You could be reading something and you get this aha moment, this epiphany to move you into the direction. It might be confirming what you've already known, or it might be shining a brand new light in an area that you didn't even think was possible yesterday. For love and relationships, we have the Seven of Cups. You could be all over the place when it comes to relationships this week. Don't try to compartmentalize. Don't try and put everything in its own little neat category when it comes to relationships. Relationships are anything but little neat categories. And we're not, it doesn't matter if we're talking about a soulmate here or a best friend or somebody within the workplace or community, a sibling, a parent, a child. I kind of get this. We have to accept the all. We can't just pick the pieces of the person that we like and just go with those things. We have to learn acceptance. And they have to accept us completely. It can't be, I like you, but we have fun here, but anything less than that, you're selling yourself short. So you may be looking at how to grow those relationships, and what relationships really only like you for one thing, because that's not a two-way street. Especially if that one nice thing that you do is always helping them out. I think this card is anything but clarity, but I think as the week goes through, Monday through Sunday, you start to get a clarity and understanding for the relationships that you are in that have served their time, and the relationships that you are in that you want to grow and develop. And if you and your partner maybe, or you and your best friend have kind of grown away from each other, maybe this is the time when you reconnect and you find that new connection within the two of you to grow it into new possibilities. I think there's a lot of thought here when it comes to relationships with you. And I think it offers a transformation within each and every relationship. Spirituality, we have the Chariot. Well, I think that we really need to tighten those reins and understand where we are losing our focus on our path, where we need to apply our focus, to not allow ourselves to get sucked into the drama of others, their problems. It's about you right now. That's always um, a strong truth when it comes to the Chariot card, that it is about you and harnessing the energies that are around you in order to go forward successfully. And so if you have that friend that always turns to you to talk about their negative, to constantly throw up on you, for lack of a better word, you're their sounding board. You need to um, walk away from that sounding board. Now, it doesn't mean that you completely walk away, but you say, listen, and I would use my words after the 15th when Mercury goes direct, but, um, you know, let's talk about me too, my challenges. I need a sounding board as well. This is tightening the reins on your environment, of what you let in, of what you take responsibility of what your obligations are, and where your focus is. And this is writing your focus to the path of your abundance, your happiness. We have the karma card there. So, in work and career, it could be also relationships. But I get it really as work and career here for you guys, or allowing that magical something. There's something about creativity. There's something about um, who you are and how you're going to reap the dividends because of just who you are if you're being truthful to yourself. So maybe part of your meditation, maybe part of your prayer is this love for you, this thanks for all that you are, your talents, your abilities, your personality, the things that make you you, your uniqueness. Health and well-being, look at that, Two of Cups. Well, we could meet somebody, and it could be at the gymnasium. Or maybe on that running trail or that bike trail, or you're just getting out for some exercise, just to stretch your legs. That could very well be with this. But more likely, you are making some new promises to yourself about the whole of you. And this is really about loving you. This is really about, I almost got like this is taking two completely different attributes of you and blending it into one and feeling the magic and feeling the marvelness of it. And that makes no sense to me, but um, I hope it does to you. It's like aligning yourself with, I always want to be this person going forward when it comes to my vibration, my energy, my vitality, my health. But I haven't really allowed it. It's always been on the outside of me. I've never really made that firm commitment. I'm getting a lot through the signs too about health and well-being and that commitment to ourselves for health and well-being. But it's almost like it's aligning in some way that it brings in a different part of your life path. So it may be you start to go to work and it's in a a nutritional environment or a health oriented environment, or it could be that um, a new relationship comes in and it brings you those those butterflies in your tummy, and it's something that you haven't experienced in forever and a day, or it's it's something along those lines. So um, I kind of got this merging coming together. And it really brings in a new clarity, a new understanding, a new commitment level to make the right choices for your health and well-being, to feel that vitality, which could be like night and day. Okay, if you've been lethargic, especially, it's going to bring in this brightness, this bounce to your step. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.